the universal artifact keys in Call of Dragons allow you to unlock artifacts and a lot of extra rewards. Now, as you can see, I have saved up 350 of them so far, and there's a reason for that. In today's video, we're going to talk about, is it worth to save your keys for the future, or should you spend them right away? And how can you get more keys, and what's the best value in having these keys saved up or not? Hey everyone, I'm Zoraz from The Casuals, and today we're going to talk about artifacts and the specifically artifact keys that allow you to open these boxes and give you one artifact every time. Now, the probability here are pretty much straightforward. It lists everything you need here, and the rewards are always going to be an artifact. There is no other reward coming from this. It is also good to note that every 90 draw, you will get a legendary artifact for sure, and every 10 draw, you're going to get an epic or legendary. So there is a pity system built in, meaning that right now with everything that I have, I could almost guarantee 4 legendary artifacts, which even if they are not good artifacts, they are good to increase the star levels of your other artifacts. So it is a very highly valuable thing. You can also get these copper stones from the daily chest that you can buy for like a few dollars. And this eventually gives you more of these keys, which is pretty interesting reward. Now, is it worth saving them like I am doing, or is it worth using them as soon as you get them? Now, this is going to be a bit intricate. We had a video talking about the gold keys in the past, which told you guys what I am thinking about saving or spending my gold keys. And I'm talking about the ones obviously for the gold chest. As you can see, I've saved up a lot of them. But for artifacts, it is a little bit different, because just like the gold chest, there is a chance that you will be able to unlock new artifacts in the future. Now, obviously, if you look at the probability, this shows me all the artifacts that I can get that are legendary. These are basically all the season 1 artifacts. They have been pretty much the same from the beginning. I think they might have added Kingslayer there eventually, but all of this is pretty straightforward. We've had the same from the beginning. But if you go and look at the season rewards here, you will see that if you look in the artifact compendium, there is more artifacts that were not included there. So obviously Springblade is one of them, as it is a new artifact and it is a very strong one. Rattle Spear, which is one of the best archer artifacts in the game right now by far, also not available in the keys but available here. So as you can see, there are some artifacts that are here, and these are season 1 plus, or basically season 2 eventually, artifacts that will appear here. And there is a very high probability that some of them, if not all of them, might eventually end up being available from the Universal Compendium. Now, obviously, this is not a certainty, but it is an educated guess that it could be possible, because there's just many artifacts that will be implemented in the game over time. And it would make sense for some of them to eventually make their way here. For example, season 1 plus artifacts could make their way here during season 2 or even season 3, for example. So this is something to keep in mind, and the likelihood of this happening is much higher than the likelihood of a new hero being added to the golden chest, in my opinion. So this is something that is enough for me to want to save up all of my artifact key for eventually a season where there is a chance that I'm going to get more artifacts that are better and more suited to what I want, for example, with my account, with the units that I'm using, and so on. This is specifically true if you are a archer, marksman player, or even a cav player, because the artifacts that have so far been introduced in the new season are specific to these, and they are very strong, if not the best artifact for that unit type. So you would want to keep your chance on your side and get as many of them as possible so you can level them up. So I would obviously wait for my pity, my 90 or whatever, whenever I open one of these and get a probability. I would want to have in the chances at least the artifact that I'm looking for. So this is why you would be saving these up. Now, there is also the Forge of Light event that happens once in a while, which offers artifacts that are part of the main one, but also sometimes offer artifacts that are not part of the artifact compendium. So this is going to be another way for you to get these artifacts when you want them. But for those, the keys don't work. They're different kind of keys. And these keys you can get mostly by paying money, or if you've watched my previous video and you have noticed that you can get 5 of them a week here for free. This is not available every week, but it is available most week, and you can exchange artifact coins for 5 of them. The way to do that is simply scrapping purple, blue, green ones here into artifact coins, and enough, you need 1,000 every time you want to buy 5 of them. This is the only thing you should be buying with these coins, unless you're well and you have so many of them, then you could buy more of these. Don't ever buy these, completely a waste, unless it's like really early in the season, and even then this is more value, but that's a different topic. The point being that you will need to scrap your extras in order to get 5 of these a week. It's a very, very high value reward because it gives you a lot of free artifact with higher chance of getting what you want. But as you can see, I am running dry now on these artifacts because I haven't opened a key in months, which means that you will need to keep opening regular keys if you want to get artifacts to scrap. So it is a juggling game where you want to do this in a way that you can buy this, of course, because this is very valuable. But this is the only reason why I would open keys right now, except other than wanting to get an artifact in particular. And for that, I am personally going to be waiting for them to add more artifacts here. Now, if they never do, eventually I'll have to spend them, of course. I will see with season 2 what they announce when it comes. We have already pretty much won our season 1+, so we're kind of just waiting anyway. So there's no point on me rushing and opening all of this up right now. Of course, the argument can be made that you should open these up as soon as you can if you want your account to be as strong as possible, and that is definitely a true fact. Luckily for me, I don't really need to do that because I already have a level 5 Phoenix Eye, which is my main artifact for my main March, and I also already have a pretty strong other mage artifact here and a pretty strong arch artifact here. I think it's level 2 or 3, so I'm lucky enough not to need this. I got lucky with the way I pulled things, but of course it will depend on your account, the way you are playing and the way you're doing things. You also don't want to be weak all season just because you're hoping for season 2 for an artifact or something like that. It is a game where you will balance this out in whatever has the most value for you at the current time. Now, you can be buying these artifact keys at the VIP store for 50% off, so basically 300 gems each. Now, this is something that is worth it for most players because getting level 5 artifacts is one of the only way to make your March more powerful when you have the max stats, but it is very expensive and I would not recommend it for a low spender or free to play because it will take a lot of gems and you will not be getting a ton of rewards. Think about it, if you're going to be buying 90 of these, it will cost you tens of thousands of gems for one legendary artifact. You could be doing a lot more with these gems, so it is better to just wait it out. You will be getting a lot of these keys from different events in the game and stuff like that, so it is not a rush to be getting these. But just so you know, it is available there, and obviously, depending on the kind of player you are, you will have access to different things to make your account stronger, which is obviously logical depending on how much you're spending. In the future, I will be making a video where I open every key that I have, which is probably going to be at the beginning of season 2. I might have 500, 600, 700 by then, and I will be making sure to show you guys exactly what you get when you open this many keys. Make sure to follow and subscribe to the channel so that you can have notification when I make this video, as well as if you have any comments or questions about keys or things like that, let me know in the comment. Are you saving yours? Are you using them as soon as they come? What do you think is the best strategy for you? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.